Hey everybody, it's your old pal Eddie Stevens here from Pico Rivera, California, just east of East LA. And I know I just released another video the other day and I mentioned this and I spoke with my buddy Alan Brown, aka Willie the Kid. We were talking about gear we were doing, working with, fixing up, whatever. And also on Facebook, in some of the Sire forums, I had mentioned in recent past that I was going to be regutting my Sire P7, which for a long time was my favorite Sire that I had of all of them, and anybody who tries the P7 generally follows suit. It's just an incredible instrument all around. Well, I was probably the first, if not one of it, I'm gonna guess the first public consumer to have gotten the P7 when it first came out, as in the morning, the minute they were starting to take orders, I immediately ordered. I remember exactly where I was on tour in Kansas. And so when it came out, I got it, and it was great at first, and then over time things started happening with it, which was kind of a bummer. I didn't ever really put it out there because I didn't want to put any negative light on Sire, because I still absolutely love Sire to this day. And to their credit, they were very, very good at sending me replacement parts, no matter what it was. Mickey and the boys were very adamant, no, we're gonna take care of it. They even covered the luthier charge to have a new preamp put in because we thought the preamp had died. The jazz pickup, basically I'd replaced everything except for the wiring and the P pickup. And then there was just like, volume levels were getting weird, there was ground buzzing. So long story short, this bass started collecting dust in the garage. And I never played it because it wasn't up to snuff with the quality of the rest of my instruments in regards to functionality and such like that. So, God's been very good this year, and financially I've been doing really well. So I says, I'm gonna take this opportunity and I'm going to regut this bass. So a lot of my boys, when they regut, what do they put in? They put in top stuff. They put in Aguilar stuff. So I've researched and found a PJ set from Aguilar, the 5PJ hum cancelers, or 5PJ-HC for hum canceling. And I also put in the OBP3-TK preamp. And so we all know the OBP3, you know, gives you the low, mid, high. The toggle allows you to select between 400 hertz and 800 hertz for your mid. So on the Sires, you have the knob to sweep for frequency. This one has two set frequencies, 400 and 800, which I find I leave in 800 because that way I can really boost it up if I need to cut through in a gnarly room. 400, I could just scoop that out of my amp because my trusty Gens-Benz 6.0 has a mid sweeper on the mid frequency, so kind of have best of both worlds. Anyway, so you're gonna see some stickers on this still for my luthier, but it's gonna help me remember where everything is at for now, because I literally just put the new knob covers on them that I discussed the other day. So I'm gonna pick this up. Now check it out. You see that where it says strings, that little sticker there below the P? Here was the weirdest thing. My luthier said the pickups fit in the cavities of the bass, and in turn the pick guard, but the casing didn't, which was totally weird. So I researched a bunch of companies, tried to get a pick guard made, and nobody would even talk to me. And I hate to say this, but even Aguilar wasn't much of a help. They took forever to email back and didn't really help, just tried to shove me off to some third-party pick guard maker, and when they finally got back, they were saying 8 to 12 weeks to make a dang pick guard. So kind of a bummer. So I entrusted my luthier, Raul, over at Perfect Amp Repair in Whittier, to do the job as best as he could. He warned me he was going to Dremel it out, you know, make some room, and I told him, I trust you, go ahead, whatever happens, happens, because otherwise this bass is just going to collect dust, and I bought a bunch of stuff for nothing. So anyways, it Dremeled out a little too much here, so he covered it with a sticker. Not a big deal, I'm not tripping. So you've got, that's a little reverse of the Sire. So you got blend here, volume here, and you have bass, mid, treble. So it's just like a mirror image of normal. This black toggle is what comes with it, and that's 400 and 800. Up is 400, down is 800. Up is 800, down is 400. And then the silver toggle I already had from before. That is active passive. Now, what I am missing, if I was to ever go on passive mode of this, is a master tone. So that kind of, you know, sucks, but I'm 9 times out of 10 going active anyway. So 9.9 times for that matter. So I want to give you some information on the frequencies of this OBP3 preamp if you're not familiar. It's kind of weird, but here we go. The low is an 18 decibel boost and cut at 40 hertz. The mid is a 16 decibel boost and cut at either 400 or 800. And I notice when I switch between the frequencies, it'll pop, which is kind of weird. And then treble is 16 decibels at 6.5K hertz. So that is that. And yeah, so it sounds different. Definitely sounds very Aguilar-y, if that's even a word. And so I guess if I've got everything flat here. I've got it set to 800 hertz, like I mentioned on the mid selector there. There's Dad walking by. And yeah, it's really, really bright, but I'm gonna leave it all flat so you can kind of hear some stuff. Super bright, man. That's gonna cut through. Super sick. That's totally Aguilar. Yeah, so that was volume all the way out. I'm going to do just the P pickup. So you can tell definitely where the bright's coming from. Here comes that jazz pickup. Actually a really cool sound just on the jazz pickup, but it's definitely where your brightness is coming from, 100%. Let's boost up just a little bass. It's real sensitive, just a little on the bass. Now I'm in 800 hertz. I'm going to put the bass back to flat. I'm going to boost about, we're going to say 8 dB of the mids. Really snaps through. Now I'm going to decrease 8 dB. Took all the away. So definitely very sensitive. And then here's treble. I'm going to boost just a little bit. And I'm going to pull it back past the indentation just a little bit. Kind of a smoother out tone. I think the treble knob may kind of semi-act as an overall tone, because that's where it might be a little too much for people is on that top end. I know y'all want the slat tone, so I'm going to slightly boost the bass and slightly boost the treble. Slap flat, see if there's much of a difference. Plenty of top end. I'm gonna do just a little bass boost on the slap. I think that's more of the slap tone that I'm looking for. It fills it out just a little bit. I want to show you what I'm talking about. A little pop. It kind of goes away after a while. Kind of comes back in. It's weird. The pop was earlier. That was on that toggle for 400, 800 hertz. Let's go down to 400. We'll boost just a little bit of it. Why anybody would ever boost 400 on the bass, I don't know. So let's do the opposite of that. Let's cut some 4. Took a lot of beef away. It's almost too much. So I'm going to go back to 800 and just leave it all flat. So I think that's cool right there. That's how it ends up looking. Of course, the green stickers are going to go away. I think I might actually take those away now. And see what it looks like. I'm doing this right before your very eyes. There we go. So that's a little cleaner. Now these are the Fender Telecaster knobs I just ordered on Amazon. Put them on just now. They fit really nicely on these because I know when I got silver knobs from Sire before, they were kind of tough. I think anybody who's tried to switch out the knobs, knob covers on Sire preamps knows that it's rather difficult. In fact, Sire almost recommends against it because they don't want you breaking pots. So anywho, I think that's what I need to show you today. So Sire P7 is back in action. Hallelujah, praise Jesus. Sounds great. I'm gonna probably use it this weekend along with that other bass I just released this week. I'll carry both of them just for fun, and then we'll kind of go from there. All right, guys, so I think that's it. It's EddieStevensMusic.com. It's Eddie Stevens, M-U-S-I-C, God, Dad, .com. I take care of my 73-year-old father. Y'all need to pray for me. All right, and check out my other groups too. All right, we'll see you good. I'm laughing. I'll see you guys soon.